messieurs, bienvenue à cette 26e édition du Gala du Panthéon des affaires jeunes entreprises Nouveau-Brunswick. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 26th anniversary of the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gathered this evening is a traditional, unceded territory of the Wolastoqiyik peoples. Tonight, we recognize the tremendous contributions made by members of our business community in the development of our province. Tonight, we celebrate the amazing growth of Junior Achievement New Brunswick over the past 26 years and applaud their efforts to enrich the lives of our youth and instill in them the entrepreneurial spirit. Tonight, we celebrate 4 new inductions, one of which is a woman, into the prestigious New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. We welcome you to the club. Voilà maintenant 26 ans que le Panthéon des affaires du Nouveau-Brunswick existe. À ce jour, 85 personnes ont été intronisées. We are fortunate to have a number of members of the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame in attendance this evening at the 26th anniversary celebration, and would you please join me in welcoming them? So, Ed Barrett, J.W. Bud Bird, Lee Corey, Roxanne Fairweather, Dwight Fraser, David Ganong, Romeo Gauguin, Jim Irving, Robert Irving, and Bill Jones.
Gary Keenan, Barry Kyle, Aldea Landry, Gordy Lavoie, Terry Malley, Larry Nelson, Derek Olin, Mike Timani, Bill Whalen, and Mike Wilson. And now, it's time to welcome this year's 2024 Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame inductees. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Blair and Roslyn Hislop. Keith McIntosh. And Bob Owens. One last round of applause.
Okay. Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue à cette soirée de reconnaissance de l'entrepreneuriat du Nouveau-Brunswick.
As you know, this event is organized by Junior Achievement New Brunswick. On behalf of JA, we want to say thank you. thank you for being part of tonight's 26th anniversary celebration.
My name is Nadine Duguay-Lemay. I'm the Director of Marketing and Media Relations for Atlantic Canada at Circular Materials. Junior Achievement New Brunswick holds a special place in my heart. Actually, I keep being asked, why do you MC every year? Well, I was first introduced to JA through its company program in the Péninsule Acadienne, where I had the privilege of serving as president of our company, Les Bandeaux Capiraux. Under the mentorship of Ronald Lausier and his father Richard from Saint-Isidore Asphalt, I gained invaluable insights in a short time. It was an honor to win the President of the Year award in my region and represent JA at the National CanJack Conference in Cape Breton. Later, I gave back as a company program advisor, leading workshops for middle and high school students. The mentorship, connections, and experience I gained through JA were pivotal in my leadership journey, eventually inspiring me to launch and run my own language institute. This lasting impact is why I always accept and answer Connie's call every year to host this meaningful event. Sharing the stage with me this evening is my beautiful co-MC, Sarah Martel, president of the Ginger Agency.
Thank you so much, Nadine. Merci beaucoup. Very happy to be here tonight. It's actually truly an honor, so thank you for having me. As we gather tonight to celebrate the achievements of our province's business leaders, we also take a moment to reflect on the impact JA makes, empowering our youth with the skills and confidence to lead. Please direct your attention to the screens as our lead sponsors for this year's event share a glimpse of the incredible difference your support is making through junior achievement.
On behalf of Opportunities New Brunswick, I'd like to welcome you tonight to the 26th Annual Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame.
Nous sommes fiers de vous accueillir ce soir à la 26e édition du Panthéon des affaires de Junior Achievement New Brunswick.
We're really proud to be part of an event as important as the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame induction ceremony every year. It's a great opportunity to celebrate the individual and collective achievements of business leaders in our province.
This is one-of-a-kind sponsorship because you feel and you can see the difference it makes in young people's life.
If we want to continue to grow New Brunswick, to make New Brunswick successful, we have a responsibility to take care of our own. We can't wait for someone else to come in and help us. You know, we have to do it.
A rising tide lifts all boats, and when we invest in young people, we all benefit because it's an investment in the future.
Junior Achievement is giving the youth a chance to have real-life experiences, gain mentorship, find lifelong friends. I would only hope that my own children would have those same experiences.
We're absolutely thrilled to have the opportunity to be behind an organization that is striving to build skill set, mindset of people that are going to help our communities thrive well into the future.
Few things in this world are as powerful as the combination of financial acumen and belief and confidence in one's own ability to impact the world around you.
On behalf of Medavie, thank you for believing in the value of Junior Achievements programs and the important role they play in developing the future leaders of our province.
There's no barriers to entry. It's available throughout the province at schools and free of charge because of all the sponsors.
Pouvoir contribuer un petit peu en étant ici ce soir à leur succès et également pouvoir aider à contribuer à d'autres succès et à d'autres jeunes à pouvoir réussir. Ça pour nous, c'est un signe de fierté.
Junior Achievement's promise is to provide learning experiences that will help young people reach their potential. Thanks to our sponsors and your support tonight and throughout the year, we are creating a brighter future for our province. Success starts here. And let's start the evening with a few housekeeping notes. So first of all, if you haven't started your salad yet, please do so. You will also notice at each place setting, 2 special treats have been provided for you. Thanks to our wonderful friends at Ganong's, each attendee tonight will receive 2 hand-dipped truffles, expertly crafted and inspired by the flavors of New Brunswick. There's just 2 more things that I need to say before we can open up for the dinner. The second New Brunswick crafted treat is proudly donated by two of our inductees this evening, Roslyn and Blair Hislop. You will find an individually wrapped Mrs. Dunster's delicious donut to enjoy with your morning coffee tomorrow. Thank you so much, Ganongs and Mrs. Dunsters, for their continued support. And lastly, we encourage you to flood social media with pictures and comments of tonight's celebrations using the hashtag #WeAreJANB.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, folks. If I could whistle, I would, but I can't. All I can do is yell from here. I'm Connie Woodside, and we are really thrilled to see everybody here. It's a full house. I have the real pleasure tonight, the distinct pleasure, of introducing the Premier Designate for the province of New Brunswick. She is, I don't need to tell you this, it's all over the news, but I'm going to because I'm so proud. She is the first female Premier in New Brunswick's history. That's proud moment number one. Bigger proud moment number two is Susan is the first Junior Achievement alumni who started her, I'll say, career as a young junior achiever in Fredericton. So if you wonder how great our program is, I say you look no further. And Susan, I'd like to present you with a JA alumni pin. We are so proud. And I'd like to have you come and bring a few remarks at I think it is one of your first events. So everyone, please welcome the Premier Designate. It's not fancy, but it's for you. And I know you've got many things to do. Yeah. Thank you. That's nice.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. C'est un grand honneur pour moi d'être ici. It's such an honor to be here as a JA alumni and to do my first event as Premier Designate of New Brunswick. Merci. I have to tell you too, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for JA on so many levels. One of my best volunteers in Fred South Silverwood was a woman many of you know, and she was out volunteering for me because she was my program leader when I was a teenager in the JA Company program more than 35 years ago. Brenda Sansom came out and knocked doors for me as the trailblazing woman that she was because JA built a connection between us that I lean on today. I also want to share with you that I was a JA volunteer. I was out there in the schools delivering the financial literacy program for kids and really getting to see what's going on in our school system. Je veux vous encourager, tout le monde, si vous n'êtes pas encore pris l'opportunité d'être un bénévolat pour Junior Achievement, la jeune entreprise, s'il vous plaît, c'est tellement une belle expérience d'être avec nos jeunes et de partager vos expériences de la vie réelle. It really has impact when you get into the classes and you can share your entrepreneurship journey with young people and help them build that financial literacy, that entrepreneurial spirit that New Brunswick so desperately needs. So I would encourage you to get out and volunteer and to continue to support JA. I am particularly pleased that I get to be one of the first people to provide my deep congratulations to this year's inductees, to Blair and Rosalind Hislop. Where are you? There you are. Congratulations, the work that you do and the support that you've given me and the support that you give to everyone in your sphere, other business leaders to your community. It is inspiring, and I'm so proud to get to be here to congratulate you on this tonight. To Bob Owens, where is Bob? down to the stage. Bob, we have not had the chance to connect yet, and I'm really looking forward to it because your reputation precedes you and you have such an impressive career with the business that you've built and the impact that you have had well beyond company success and business success, but the impact that you've had on this province and the people of it. So thank you, and I really look forward to our first conversation. Finally, one that's particularly special to me is that I get to stand here and congratulate Keith McIntosh, who I had the privilege to work for. Britt, you're going to make me cry. In a small piece of the phenomenal work that he did in building PQA and Plato to be the game-changing, nation-changing, people-changing company that it is. Keith, I learned a lot from you. And some of it I'm going to take with me. Congratulations. This is so well-deserved to all of the laureates. I want to take a minute to acknowledge Junior Achievement New Brunswick. This organization has been steadfast in delivering for the young people of New Brunswick and making the kind of contribution that makes our province better and stronger. Connie Woodside's leadership has been rock solid, and she's continued to evolve the organization. It wouldn't survive if it wasn't for the generous people in this room and the people who volunteer their time. C'est un moment où notre province a besoin des entrepreneurs qui vont changer notre province avec de nouvelles idées, avec de nouvelles façons de travailler. Puis ces entrepreneurs-là viennent de programmes comme l'entreprise des jeunes ici au Nouveau-Brunswick. The people in the Junior Achievement Program are the ones we need to help us continue to grow the kind of economy that's going to create opportunities for everyone. And we need that growth as we move ahead. Our province is dealing with the challenges of growth, but the economy is a critical piece of delivering the kind of jobs and opportunities that help make this a fantastic place to live. So on behalf of the government of New Brunswick and on my personal behalf, congratulations to the laureates. Thank you to GAA. Merci tout le monde. Passez une belle soirée. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Premier-designate Holt. Tonight's event would not be possible without the incredible support of our loyal event sponsors. Would you please direct your attention once again to the screens to hear directly from our partners and gold sponsors as to why they choose to invest in JA, and more importantly, why they feel the work of JA matters.
The reason why we love to support JA is we believe in the impact it has on our youth, our communities, and our leaders.
JA's overall mission and values are so aligned with Plaza's core values.
JDI recognizes the value of teaching young people in New Brunswick about the value of entrepreneurship. It's going to be a great way for them to give back to the future of our province.
Au niveau de la BDC, nous sommes en mesure de voir et d'évaluer les impacts de ce programme avec des entrepreneurs qui ont les outils nécessaires pour avoir du succès en affaires.
It's so important to Irving Oil to be able to contribute financially to the cause to help remove some of the barriers for young people to participate in the programming. But it's also important for us to encourage our employees to get involved as volunteers with Junior Achievement so that the youth that take part can really see and be inspired by mentors who are working in the community today.
When you support Junior Achievement, you're investing in our youth, you're investing in the future, and you're investing in the business community of New Brunswick.
Our founder, Ted Rogers, was really about entrepreneurship, young entrepreneur, and the future. And being part of GA New Brunswick, that's what it does.
Jeune entreprise joue un rôle clé et important à bâtir cette succession et cette nouvelle génération d'entrepreneurs. Mécanis Cooper veut participer et aider justement cette nouvelle génération, et notre participation au gala de ce soir est une façon pour nous de pouvoir le faire.
At Bring Low Feeney, one of the big reasons we support Junior Achievement is because for us, it's so fundamental that we be encouraging our youth to open their own business, be financially literate, be interested in entrepreneurship.
It's a long-term investment for the benefit of our company, of our province, of our community, and we see that every year that we participate in Junior Achievement.
I couldn't have said it better. When you support Junior Achievement, you're investing in our youth, you're investing in the future, and you're investing in the business community of New Brunswick. Thank you once again to all of our sponsors for your continued support to the youth of New Brunswick and this signature event. Yes, applaud for the partners. I will ask for a moment of silence for this part, please. Earlier this year, we lost two incredible, iconic members of the JA New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame and proud New Brunswickers, brothers Arthur and J.K. Irving. Join us now as we pay our respects to these two legendary leaders.
In 1997, Arthur L. Irving and James K. Irving were inducted into the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame, together with their brother John Irving and their father, Casey Irving. Arthur and J.K. were strong community leaders and steadfast champions for New Brunswick and its people. Arthur and J.K. supported young people in their pursuit of learning and excellence, with both men responsible for numerous in-school enrichment programs and scholarship opportunities. They fully supported the mission of Junior Achievement and cared deeply about the betterment of people. Their legacy will live on in the many lives they have touched.
It is now my pleasure to begin our induction ceremony. The awards this evening are presented to each inductee to remind them of the significant impact they have made on our province. Each of this evening's inductees was nominated by their peers and has met a comprehensive list of criteria. They have been singled out as having made outstanding contributions to their profession, business, and their communities. They are shining examples of what can be achieved through hard work, dedication, and true grit. These are all values in which Junior Achievement instills in young New Brunswickers daily. Our first inductees this evening are Rosalind and Blair Hislop. Rosalind and Blair are the co-CEOs and owners of Mrs. Dunster's and Credle's Corner Market. They took over the business in 2014 and under their exceptional leadership have grown it from 50 employees to more than 275. Rosalind and Blair are proud to be the first alumni of the Junior Achievement Company program to join the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Entrepreneurship is a really powerful force in an economy. It's what makes things go round. It's the basis of McCain Foods. It's the base of Cook Aquaculture, Irving's, Sobeys. All of those companies, they all started somewhere with the germ of an idea and a lot of sweat. And that's what the Hislops have done in only a short period of time. My name is Frank McKenna, and I'm here to speak to the induction of Rosalind and Blair Hislop. When the Hislops started, they had a limited market for their products. So what do? They go out and market all across the province, all across the region, all across the country, even into the United States, developing new markets for their products. And so the rest is history. They're on a growth trajectory now that is almost inconceivable. This is a turbocharged business. It's kind of important to note that there's probably not a better candidate to be associated with Junior Achievement than these two. They've been around and supporting Junior Achievement for a long, long time. So that's number one. Number two, it's really powerful that the two of them are going to be inducted together because they are a couple. They do everything together, they share responsibilities, and they deserve to both be inducted in the hall together. But you know, the Hislops aren't just really good at business. and their perseverance is worthy of emulation. They're also good at giving back. They believe in paying it forward, and they're extremely active in various causes that should be important to all New Brunswickers. Literacy, for example, and food security, for another example. Victim services would be another example. And creating other entrepreneurs. They take their skills and their talent and use them to mentor other people through the Wallace McCain Institute. And that's powerful. It's a force multiplier. I just watch these two and I just tremble with pride and at the accomplishments of what they've achieved in such a short period of time. This journey is not over. And we're going to be hearing exciting things from Rosalind and Blair for a long time to come. I want to take a moment to congratulate everybody who's been inducted into the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And Rosalind and Blair, I just want to particularly congratulate you. I love you to death. You're extraordinary at everything that you do. You're great friends. You're philanthropic. You give back. This is a really important night, I think, for the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame because they're putting two extraordinary new recipients into the hall.
Rosalind and Blair being escorted to the stage by junior achievers Dexter Scott and Brenna Gallant. Dexter is a second-year junior achiever in the JA Company program and a grade 11 student at the Fredericton Christian Academy. Last year, he received the highest overall program sales award and the New Brunswick Proud Entrepreneur of the Year award from Junior Achievement New Brunswick. He plans on studying engineering or joining the Canadian Armed Forces after graduation. Brenna is second-year junior achiever in the company program and a grade 10 student at Fredericton High School. She is currently CEO of her JA company, Cozy Critters, and aspires to be a pediatric surgeon or perfusionist upon graduation from high school. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Rosalind and Blair Hislop to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Oh boy. This is just so incredible and completely surreal. Fellow achiever and Madam Premier. Wow, we've only waited 240 years to hear that. Awesome. Connie, fellow laureates, honored guests, family and friends. To start, congratulations to Keith and Bob. We're so honored to share the stage with these two inspiring New Brunswick leaders. As I've said many times, it takes a village to raise a business, and being inducted into the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame is a dream come true for us. Our heroes are from Atlantic Canada. In fact, many in this room are on the screen. We have a number of thank yous to hand out tonight, and the first one goes to Frank, who has been a part of our village as a mentor since we were matched with him through the Wallace McCain Institute. A hero of ours since high school. Imagine how it felt for each of us to be told one of our mentors was going to be Frank McKenna. We are so grateful for his time, his sage advice, and friendship.
Speaking of New Brunswick leaders, there are a handful of folks whose influence and commitment to the province are so well known that they are recognized by their first name only. Aldea is one of those. En parlant des leaders de Nouveau-Brunswick, yes. En parlant des leaders de Nouveau-Brunswick, il y a quelques personnes dans cette province dont l'impact est si grand, dont l'influence et l'engagement envers le Nouveau-Brunswick sont si reconnus qu'on les appelle seulement par leur prénom. Et Aldea fait partie de cela. Nous voulons te remercier pour ton encouragement et pour soumettre nos noms pour cette distinction. Tu es un leader parmi des leaders et une source d'inspiration pour nous tous. Tu es une femme très formidable. We also need to acknowledge a true New Brunswick entrepreneur, Ingrid Dunster, who started Mrs. Dunster's 56 years ago in her kitchen, frying her grandmother's donuts in this cast iron pot, 6 donuts at a time. How proud would she be to know that this year we will use her recipe to make more than 50 million donuts? The first company I ever ran was a junior achievement company. The first company Roslyn ever ran was a junior achievement company. The first time we struggled to make payroll, fulfill customer orders, experience productivity or safety issues in manufacturing was as teenagers under the stewardship of seasoned junior achievement advisor, volunteers, volunteering their time. The first time we celebrated the thrill of reaching a sales goal, achieving break-even, and issuing dividends to shareholders, we were championed by JA staff, volunteers, and fellow achievers.
You see, we had this shared high school experience, hundreds of miles apart from each other, as we struggled to find our purpose. It was clear that academics, sports, and sciences were not our thing. Turns out being entrepreneurs is our thing. And, sorry, I just lost my spot. Yeah, we discovered we were good leaders and good at business, and junior achievement gave us purpose. We were each so grateful for the opportunity, we decided to pay it forward by volunteering for junior achievement. And that's how we met 36 years ago. So a huge thank you goes out to JA for giving us purpose and for pairing us up to recruit students.
My mom and dad died at a young age soon after I met Roslyn and finished the JA program. And one of my fondest memories from high school is from my high school graduation, seeing the pride in their faces as I walked on stage to accept a JA scholarship. Roslyn's mom lived long enough to see our success at Mrs. Dunster's, and she and Roslyn's stepdad would wave with pride the latest issue of the Telegraph Journal or Atlantic Business Magazine through the halls of the Shanix. So a special shout out to my mom and dad and to Roslyn's mom for always being there.
Thank you to our kids, Josie, Emma, and Noah, our brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, cousins and friends. Some here celebrating with us tonight, and a special shout out to Uncle Glenn and Aunt Donna, who were the first to invest in Mrs. Dunster's and have been the best and most patient of shareholders. A lot of the hooting and hollering that you're hearing this evening is from our friends in the Wallace McCain Institute. WMI has been life-changing for us, giving us friends for life, a safe place to celebrate our wins and share our failures and get sage advice from our peers. These folks are like brothers and sisters to us. They and our incredible mentors like Frank, Scott McCain, Dwight Fraser, and others make up our WMI family. And if you think about it, WMI is kind of like junior achievement for grown-ups. One of the things we love about the Hall of Fame dinner is it celebrates the wins of New Brunswick business leaders. At Mrs. Dunster's, we believe in creating a culture of celebrating wins, and we've had many over the years. The first win, of course, was buying Mrs. Dunster's in 2014. For years after, people came up to us thanking us for buying Mrs. Dunster's. This was the first sign that we knew we were just stewards of something much bigger than us. Other wins soon followed. We bought Snare's Bakery, which got us into the bread and roll business, then Creddles and McBuns, where we added 100 employees in 60 days, and we don't actually recommend that part.
Another win we're celebrating was when skilled trades folks from across the province rallied in 2020 during COVID to build us a new 40,000 square foot bread and roll bakery in Moncton. And they did it in 8 weeks. Today, that Moncton bakery runs 24 hours a day, making close to 3,000 loaves of bread an hour and 8,000 rolls an hour. A critical win for us was also getting the team that we have today. Our business runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, delivering fresh bread, rolls, and donuts to every grocery store and hundreds of restaurants in the Maritimes and Maine, and now across the country. As the years pass, our ability to do all of this has less and less to do with Rosalind and Blair and more to do with our team. Aaron and Jessica from our team are here celebrating with us tonight. Our village even likes celebrating wins with us. Our most popular social media post to date was when we bought our first tractor trailer. Seems in Atlantic Canada, buying a tractor trailer is a really big deal. Brian Smith, the founder of UGG, said, if you want big success, then you need to focus on small community and then empower that community to carry you to bigger markets. We did this when we expanded bread and rolls throughout the Maritimes and Maine, when we landed a section in every Sobeys store in the Maritimes, and again when we landed all the bread and roll business for Irving Big Stop restaurants in the Maritimes, and all the hospitals in New Brunswick. The new Moncton Bakery allowed us to expand to hundreds of Maxi stores in Quebec, and it was a huge win this past year when we expanded our distribution with Costco across Canada, making Mrs. Dunster's donuts available coast to coast for the first time. We are also pretty proud that in the past 10 years, we have used our superpowers for good to help raise more than $10 million for charities right here in New Brunswick. And when you add up all the wins, our average annual compounded growth at Mrs. Dunster's for the last 10 years was 20% a year. And today, we are close to 300 people strong and 6 times larger.
Our journey hasn't always been fun, but we always felt the support of our village as we navigated challenges. More than once, when we slipped and fell, it was the people in this room picking us up. Some of you by working hard to make us better. Some of you by buying our product or cheering us on. Some of you by being our business partners or sitting on our advisory board like Andrew Logan, Tanya Chapman, Rod McDonald, Brian Harriman, and Larry McGilfrey. And when we hit the biggest hurdle of them all, some of you in this room wrote checks, allowing us to make key investments, making us stronger than ever. We expect to double revenue again in the next 5 years. Our village is amazing. For a couple of kids who grew up in a province and a region often surrounded by a culture of rewarding flying under the radar or hiding success, or sometimes highlighting or celebrating failures, we choose to celebrate our wins in our company and in our province. We hope our experience at Mrs. Dunster's will serve to inspire all of you to create a culture of celebrating everyone's wins here at home.
imagine how grateful we are to once again be on a JA stage being recognized for entrepreneurial success, which was seeded in the JA program so many years ago. What are the chances? What are the odds of this Nova Scotia Achiever of the Year from 1987 meeting this New Brunswick Achiever of the Year from 1988? And that this chance pairing of former achievers would result in love, marriage, and family. What are the chances of staying true to the commitment that we made on our first date to one day have a family business of our own? And imagine how it makes us feel that all of this has led to this amazing entrepreneurial journey, where we get to work with an amazing team, use our superpowers for good, meet and be mentored by our heroes, all the while developing lifelong friendships.
Being the first achievers to be inducted into the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame is a full circle moment for us. We would not be here today personally or professionally without Junior Achievement and the business community that surrounds it and us. This is a win we share with the entire Mrs. Dunster's team and all of you. Merci de faire partie de notre village. Thank you all for being part of our village.
JA New Brunswick is very privileged to be able to count on a team of engaged and dedicated people who believe strongly in the development of our young people. At this time, would you please join me in welcoming the President and CEO of Junior Achievement New Brunswick, my friend Connie Woodside.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for I know there's a lot of socializing and visiting tonight, so thank you for indulging us. Before Nadine leaves the stage, it's been quite a night. Somebody said, you walk around with these pins in your pocket all the time. I really don't, but when I recognized who was going to be here, and I know there are people that have not received, but hearing Nadine's story, the power of JA, I just wanted to give you a pin too. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for, I didn't know why she comes back every year, but now I do. You're very welcome. So good evening, head table guests, Premier Designate Holt, Senator Ross, our Hall of Fame inductees, their families, members of government, our event sponsors, members of the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame, junior achievers, junior achievement alumni, of which there are many here tonight, and all of our special guests. Bonsoir tout le monde. Thank you so much for joining us at the 26th anniversary of this incredible event. Congratulations, Rosalind and Blair, Keith and Bob. You're exemplary role models for all of our junior achievers and really for everybody in this room and beyond these walls. So congratulations to all of you. I want to thank everyone in the room tonight. You have helped us drive our mission faster and further than we ever dreamed possible. So much so that JA New Brunswick has already delivered 6 months of its annual delivery for programs that we need to do in the year. Of our quota, we have in 45 days done 6 months' work. So that is in partnership with education volunteers, so we are very pumped. With that said, we're leading the way for JA in Canada. Looking around the room tonight, I'm sure you realize this event just didn't come together today. We have so many loyal partners, but the unsung heroes are the Army of Talent behind the scenes who have worked tirelessly for the past year to help us build a memorable celebration for the 26th anniversary, and not only for tonight's the newest inductees, easy for me to say, but for all of those members who have come before them. To the crew that got us to tonight, I'd like to extend a really heartfelt, sincere thank you to our presenting partner, the Ginger Agency. And from a not-for-profit standpoint, they have gone above and beyond what we expected. I met with Andrew and Carrie almost a year ago And for those who know, you get a call from Connie, I usually want something. And at least I could offer lunch this time, and we went out for a beautiful lunch, so then I worked up my courage and I said, I want you to join us as our marketing team. Will you help us out? But there's only one catch. You have to, really help us out. So I looked across the table at Andrew and Carrie. Nothing. And then Andrew kind of smirked and he said, I was kind of hoping this was what this meeting was going to be about. So thank you, Andrew, Carrie. You're a phenomenal team at Ginger. You guys. You do awesome work. Everything that you see around this room is thanks to Ginger Agency. The videos, the photography, all the visuals, all of the creative was done by Ginger. They're an exceptional team for JA tonight. So thank you to our MC, Sarah, Aaron, Nina, Mike, and the rest of your in-house team of consummate professionals for really delivering. And I'm happy that I don't have to go back tomorrow to say, can we do it again? Because I kind of think we're doing it again. So thank you for that. To Scott and the team at Rocket, thank you for being an exceptional print partner. Brad and your Encore team here tonight. Yes, thank you to Scott. Where's Scott? I know you're here. Thank you. To Brad and the Encore team, thank you for making us all look and sound so great. Guys in the back, thank you for everything. Sure thing. To Veronica and Chef Mindy and the outstanding team of professionals here at the Delta, thank you for the wonderful meal that we've had. Thank you for being such great venue hosts. I'd also like to thank Edith Cloche from the team at Rogers for recording tonight's event, and it will be airing throughout the province in the coming days. I'd also like to extend a sincere thank you to our incredibly loyal gold, silver, and bronze sponsors who come back each year in support of this event. You are making a positive difference for the youth in our province, and you can see it tonight. Before I go any further, I'm going to get myself off script, but I will tell you that a year ago, we left here, the 25th anniversary. Tomorrow should be an easy day where we put up our feet, unpack the boxes, and celebrate. Instead, we went into an array of table sales for tonight's event. So thank you for that. People got in early. I'm doing this because you'll think, what's she doing up there? I'm not asking anybody for any money tonight. This is first night. I'm not saying get out your credit card and donate. But if you want to make our lives easy, book your table for next year, because I'm hoping you'll be back to see us for year 27. So thank you for that. I'd also like to acknowledge our marvelous partnership that we have with our platinum sponsor, Tracy Simmons and Opportunities New Brunswick. And thank you for your overwhelming support. You recognize the importance of what this means on New Brunswick's Business Council or calendar each year, and thank you for being behind us. To our event partner, McGinnis Cooper, we are extremely grateful for all that you folks continue to do and throughout the province, but also for hosting the VIP reception this evening prior to the gala. A huge thank you to Nadine and Sarah, our MCs extraordinaire. When Nadine shared her award-winning journey as a young achiever from the Acadian Peninsula and why she continues to give back, it really means a lot to me, and I don't think any of us realize that the influence that we have on young people. So for Dexter and Brenna, you're in a powerful room tonight, and get yourselves out there and start talking to people. They care about you, they care about your futures, and they want you to succeed. So thank you for that story. To the members of the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame, your willingness to attend and support this gala says so much about your character and your integrity, and thank you for never forgetting the importance of this event. Our up-and-coming junior achievers look to you with dreams of aspiring to meet with success that each of you has achieved. Thank you for being such gracious role models and for coming back year after year. I am full of thanks, and I truly am full of thanks, because we couldn't do what we do. We don't rely on government support. working hard every day. It's talking to people. It's getting people to believe in our mission. So we are really grateful to everybody that inspires the next generation of New Brunswick's business leaders. And we simply could not do what we do without each and every one of you. So a heartfelt thank you from myself and our team at JA New Brunswick. To my incredible team, they work tirelessly day in and day out. They want everyone to be successful. They want our events to work and run without any flaws. So thank you to our small but mighty team. I want to thank our board of directors, many of who are here tonight. I really appreciate the countless hours that you put in to help this event get better, bigger, and just the spectacular support that we have. So thank you for that. At JA, we continue to bring the state-of-the-art financial literacy program to the classrooms across the province while enhancing classroom learning experience with the aid of talented industry experts appearing virtually and in person, sharing their workplace knowledge about the abundance of career opportunities that exist right here at home. To give you a better understanding of Junior Achievement's global reach, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a brief presentation. While we have so much to be proud of at Junior Achievement, still our greatest feat is that we continue to provide our world-class curriculum to the students in the New Brunswick education system, its teachers, students, families, everyone, completely free of charge in both official languages. What gets better than that, really? We're helping the education system, we're helping our future. The proceeds from tonight's gala will enable us to reach even more young students in all areas of the province, and for that, we thank you. Youth and financial literacy education are JANB's top priorities. I know they are yours as well, as that is why you keep coming back year after year with your overwhelming support to our mission. Thank you for trusting JA and believing that success starts here. Our solid partnership with the education system and business in New Brunswick will ensure we continue to build the future leaders of this province. New on the menu for JA and a new space for us is that we are branching out into skilled trades to discover even more industry leaders in this sector. While maintaining JA's core values, we are expanding our program reach to inspire those students who wish to take a different education path to find their future success right here at home in New Brunswick. As we've heard, tonight is a night of some incredible firsts for JMB. Politics aside, we've heard about how awesome Susan Holt is, first JA alumni in New Brunswick to ever be elected premier, and you're really an outstanding testament, Susan, of the power of our programs. And for the past 25 years, I've ended my speech with the sentiment, we are very hopeful that one day we will see Junior Achievement alumni walk across this stage and into the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And tonight, Rosalind Blair, you have made my dream come true. So Rosalind Blair, Keith and Bob, congratulations, félicitations, and welcome to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. Thank you, everyone, and please enjoy your evening. We have 2 more exciting inductions coming up. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Connie. I would now invite you to join me in welcoming our platinum sponsor for tonight's gala. Please give a warm welcome to Tracy Simmons, Chief Executive Officer of Opportunities New Brunswick.
Thank you, bonsoir. I think it comes as no surprise. It's a pleasure to be here tonight and in the room with so many important business leaders. I'm always a little humbled when I come to this room because to see all of those that have been inducted in the past, to honor those that are now joining the Business Hall of Fame, it really is remarkable. And so congratulations to the inductees. I had planned, so my team will probably once again realize that I didn't necessarily stick to the script. But I had planned to explain all the reasons why Opportunities New Brunswick is a committed partner in this event and that we keep saying yes every time Connie comes to ask. But I think those reasons are evident. You've seen we have a premier designate who went through the program. You've seen we have some Business Hall of Fame inductees who went through the program. So I don't think I need to say any more about that. But I just would encourage anybody in the room who, when they are asked to help out JAA, I would urge you to say yes. I think at the end of the day, an investment in our youth is what is going to put us on that path for prosperity over the long term. So that would be my plea and my call to action. So thank you all very much. I do not need to stay between yourselves and the next 2 inductees. So thank you and enjoy the evening.
It is now time to welcome our second inductee of the evening, my friend, Keith McIntosh. Keith McIntosh is the CEO and founder of PQA and Plato, leaders in quality assurance and software testing. Growing up on a farm, Keith learned the value of hard work, resilience, and community. In 1997, he started PQA, introducing software testing services to New Brunswick. Today, Plato serves clients globally. Keith is dedicated to making a difference and mentoring future business leaders, and we're proud to have him with us.
There was a time that was right just in the early days of COVID, maybe April, May. It was shortly after Truth and Reconciliation recommendations had come out about the role of business and economic reconciliation, but also the terrible news that we've been seeing about deaths of people here in New Brunswick and across the country. And Keith called me and then he said, Andrea, is this bugging you as much as it's bugging me? And I said, yeah, it's really bothering me. And he said, well, what are you doing about it? And I said, well, I don't know what to do about it. I don't know where, I don't know. And he said, well, why don't we do something? And so Keith called a number of people from the business community and also from the First Nations community, from a range of places, and we got together. And out of that gathering circle came a number of projects that really made a difference and taught me a huge amount about, when you don't know what to do, just do something and you'll figure it out. And that, to me, that defines Keith. I've known Keith, I think the first time I met him was 1999, and actually he just came to buy a fridge that we were selling. I didn't know who it was, and I thought, well, I'll look it up, and it was early days of the internet, so we weren't Googling. Noticed that he had a company called PQA, and that was unusual at the time, and so it kept him on my radar, and I kept looking out for him. I would say we really connected and started to become friends is when he started Play-Doh testing, and that was such an exciting and inspiring idea to me that I felt like this was a person I needed to get to know better. His fearlessness, and he may not tell you that it's fearlessness, to just go out and do what's right. When there are challenges, Keith doesn't let those stop him. He does the right thing because it's the right thing and trusts that it will work out, and it does. And I think that's something that as an entrepreneur, as a business leader, even as New Brunswickers and Canadians, that's something we all need to aspire to. Just his business alone and what he's accomplished, 25 years in a very tough sector, but when you add the piece that he's done with Play-Doh and with economic reconciliation and inclusion for Indigenous people, I think that is something that our province should put a shining light on, and JA New Brunswick can do that. This is a moment for not just for Keith, but for the community to take note of somebody who's made a difference in our province, and I think that's something that's pretty exciting. Keith, congratulations. This is a huge honor, and I hope you take a minute or two to reflect on everything that's led to you receiving this award. You've made a fantastic difference in the community, and everyone in this room is proud of you and grateful to you for all of what you've accomplished for our province and our country.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Keith McIntosh to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Good evening. Wish Andrew was here tonight. What an honor it is to be part of this group. Now, there's a lot of you that are hoping that the last time I was on stage, my speech was 4 words long, and I've already beaten that record, Francis. The Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is, to me, it's like Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Gordy and Wayne and Bobby Orr, Mr. Irving, Harrison Wallace. First name people that you just know. That's what the Hall of Fame is. Superstars like Andrea, like Francis McGuire, Jerry Pond. I'm just a redneck kid from Carroll County. So I'm not really good at speeches. I don't write them. I don't like talking, saying them. So I went on Dr. Google, and I want all the other people that I grew up idolizing and wanting to be part of and watching them, and saw what they said. So I thought I'd maybe be able to steal some of their words, sample some of their comments. So I put together a speech by sampling their comments. They all talk about what the secret to success is. And a lot of them said the secret to success is hard work. Well, I grew up on a potato farm in Carleton County, Glassville. We used to get vacation from school to spend 11 hours a day picking potatoes in the rain and the snow. You learn about hard work that way. You learn about hard work by throwing a bale of hay across the barn 500 times a day in 90-degree heat. You learn that. And then in a snowstorm in January, take them back out again. My dad used to say that the secret of success was reliability. Because it doesn't matter how bad you feel, or how cold it is, or how much we all drink here tonight, the cows get fed in the morning. The secret to success is having a good idea that people can believe in. And Frank McKenna, who has been one of Blair and Rosalind's mentors and idols and heroes, and mine too, had a good idea, you know. You could bring call center, technology jobs here in New Brunswick. And I was working in Ottawa in 1996, and I was in the height of the Silicon Valley North, and somebody asked me, "What are you doing here? Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from New Brunswick." And so, "What are you doing here?" New Brunswick is the place to be. And Madam Premier, we need to have that said again. Anyway, I believe in Frank's idea. Bring jobs from away and bring them here, because we have good people that can work. So I thought, since he'd done a lot of he and Francis and Jerry and a lot of folks did a lot of hard work setting up the infrastructure, I could take it a little bit further. I could bring software testing careers to New Brunswick and give them anywhere in New Brunswick you can do this work. So in 1997, I started PQA. Somebody said you make sure you keep the pages or you start over again, so I'll put that one away. The secret to success, I learned another one, the secret to success is luck. Well, in 1998, a year after I started a software testing company, somebody invented Y2K. That's a good time to have a software testing company. But it's been a lot of luck. In 2004, a business acquaintance of mine sold development services to Apple. And what Apple really wanted was software testing. So our first outsourced soft testing contract was with Apple. In 2007, that same person's wife helped start a company called lynda.com. And they needed testing. And if you've ever done a lynda.com, and this is technology, I don't know, but lynda.com or LinkedIn Learning course to get better, whether it's in technology or business or whatever, that was been tested here in New Brunswick by us. In 2015, I was part of the Governor General's Canadian Leadership Conference, and that's why Nadine hugged me. Well, come up here because she was part of that too. And in 2015, I met Denis Carignan, and we were on this leadership conference. In 2015, it was not unlike 1996. New Brunswick was not the place to be in 2015. I mean, I had a successful technology business, but I couldn't find enough people because every able-bodied person, it seemed like, was heading to Alberta. We were on Kahnawake. Denis and I were in Kahnawake First Nation, which is just across the river from Montreal. We were standing outside of this K-6 school, teaching those kids in the Mohawk language, and those kids didn't have fit water. You could smell it. The water was so bad you could smell it when you're standing in the yard from the school. And I asked Denis, why wasn't the government doing something about this? And Denis was this government. He worked for ISK or Aboriginal Services, whatever the government. And so it's a big problem. It's a big problem. It takes a lot of time to figure out what to do and how to do it. And I said, why don't we just do something? Why don't you just start? So we did, you know. I needed workers, and if Indigenous youth had jobs, maybe they could fix their own water. They had jobs. So let's create Plato and hire them. Let's give them jobs. So we did. And then, like later that week, we went to Ottawa and they released the Truth and Reconciliation report. So I think a big part of good luck is really good timing. You know, I've had one good idea: bring testing jobs to New Brunswick, bring testing jobs to Indigenous Canadian people across our country, and I did it. The other, when I was watching those videos, the next one was secret success, and the other secret was good people. You know, I grew up with great parents and great family and a great community, role models in Carleton County. Hardworking people who do the right thing for the right reason. So that helped. I've had people who believe in me when I didn't always deserve it. Jane Fritz, who is here tonight, was the first professor in the first class I ever went to at university, at UMB. And 35 years later, she was on stage where I got my degree. When I started a business, I went and talked to Al McDonald and asked him, told him that I wanted to do something, and he asked me why, and he gave me some good advice. But there's Al McDonald and Frank McKenna, Francis McGuire. No, just I had another idea that wasn't so good, and I took it to Francis, and he said no. But Francis and Al McDonald and Frank and Jerry Pond, Andrea Fenekes, they've all helped me. And Andrea, I wish she could be here. She can't be for various reasons, but they've all been great supporters of mine. But not just mine. They're great New Brunswick leaders who go out of their way to help the next person come behind. Because it's good for New Brunswick. And if you're doing, all the JA kids that are here today, don't be afraid to look around this room and ask for help, because we'll all do something to help you. 4 or 5 years ago, Plato was just on the verge of taking off. And we had a leadership team and an advisory board that was helping me that was just amazing, you know. We had the former president of UMB, Eddie Campbell, was on my advisory board. You know, Mike Owens, a good New Brunswicker, who's on our board. He left our board to become the chairman of Canadian Tire. And Alan McGibbon, who I met through the Wallenstein Institute, was on our board. And he told me he had to resign our board because he was going to be the chair of TD. And the other person that was helping on that 4 or 5 years ago to drive this thing forward was Susan Holt, the future premier of MB, the first woman to ever be our leader. So it was good people with an idea they believed in, they wanted to help. It wasn't just me. So I got here because of on the shoulders of a whole lot of other people. Most of all, I've always had, through everything, the support of Joyce and Kaylee and Will and Katrina. It was cliche to say that I couldn't have done it without them, and it's a cliche that I could say. And being CEO is a lonely job. There's lots of airplanes and hotels, and airplane points for trips and free hotels too, I guess. So it wasn't all bad for them. A lot of long days and late phone calls and a lot of tough decisions. There's a lot of, when you're trying to run a business and be an entrepreneur, there's a lot of failures. And if you're really lucky, there's a lot of more successes. And it's really tempting to think that you're better or more important than you think you are. It's tempting to take shortcuts. And my family has always been there to keep me grounded and to keep me motivated. and to keep me true, and to tell me when I need to hear something. So I probably could have done it on my own, but I wouldn't have without that. When it was announced that I was part of this ceremony tonight, and this to be inducted in this group of people, I got an email from Frank McKenna to congratulate me, and he said, "Congratulate me." He said, "You've done well by doing good." I don't always get it right, but I try to do good, and we all should. So thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the Vice Chair of the Board of Directors of Junior Achievement New Brunswick, Monsieur Chris MacDonald.
Thank you, Sarah. Good evening, Premier Designate Holt, laureates both past and present, Senator Ross, I know, is in the room with us tonight, friends of Junior Achievement, one and all. It's my pleasure to once again welcome you to the 26th Annual Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And I always think it's amazing to think that this event has not just been going strong for the past 26 years, but it has been growing each and every year for over a quarter of a century. It's never easy being a nonprofit organization, but you keep coming back year after year after year to support JA because you believe in the work that we do. And because of the unwavering support of everyone in this room and countless others throughout the province, JA New Brunswick continues to thrive. Despite being one of the smallest provinces in the country, the JA Charter of Junior Achievement continues to punch above its weight. When JA first came to New Brunswick, we delivered programs to just a couple of hundred students each year. Pre-pandemic, that number had grown to over 15,000 students receiving JA programs each year. And last year, we delivered programs to over 33,000 New Brunswick youth, a record for JA. Now, I'm a numbers guy, so I'm going to explain that statistic just a little bit differently. When we look at our JA sister organizations across the country, typically each year they deliver programs to between 10 and 15% of the students in their catchment area. That's a great number, and they're doing great work. But in New Brunswick, last year, we delivered programs to just under 40% of the student population in this province between grades 3 and 12. I'd like to say thank you to our partners at the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development for their unwavering support and their belief in the quality of JA's curriculum, and for seeing the value that JA contributes to our young people in the New Brunswick school system. Our JA programs provide the environment for students to cultivate successful business ventures and inspire up-and-coming young entrepreneurs. And I can tell you that the growth experienced by these young people through JA, both personally and professionally, is truly phenomenal. Anyone who knows me knows I've been kicking around JA for a very, very long time. And sometimes a parent will come up to me and say, "Chris, I love JA. I love your team. I love your approach. I love your curriculum. But I'm not sure JA is the right fit for my kid, because they've never expressed an interest in starting their own business." Well, I'm here to tell you from personal experience that JA does much more than just encourage entrepreneurship. I've spent most of my adult life in a corporate environment, and I've never considered myself to be an entrepreneur. But each and every day, I use the skills that I first learned in JA. Whether it's knowing how to work in a team, whether it's knowing how to chair a meeting, or how to read a balance sheet, JA teaches the broad skills needed to succeed. JA teaches our youth to raise their hand, to build their future, and to impact the world around them. And that is exactly what each of our inductees tonight in the Business Hall of Fame have done throughout their respective careers. Despite coming from different parts of the province, and despite working in different industries and following different roads to success, each of our laureates tonight have raised their hand to say yes. Yes, I want to take that chance. Yes, I want to make that investment. And yes, I want to stay and build my business in New Brunswick. They've built their future through hard work, grit, and determination. And each of them has impacted the world around them by creating jobs, investing in our province, giving back to the community, and perhaps most importantly, by mentoring the next generation of New Brunswick leaders. Rosalind and Blair, Keith and Bob, you're inspirations for us all and wonderful additions to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And as our newest laureates, you can be very proud of the fact that the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame Gala is always one of the most successful JA events in the entire country. And events like this one tonight are very important to JA because we pride ourselves on providing all of our programs completely free of charge to schools, to students, and to youth organizations across the province, which is why I'm very proud to say that tonight's gala has raised over $320,000 for JA programs in New Brunswick. The Business Hall of Fame has been celebrating New Brunswick business leaders for 26 years, and I've had the privilege of attending almost all of the galas that we've hosted during that time. Whether I was attending, representing the board of directors, or entertaining clients at a table, or volunteering, each year I would sit there and I would listen to the newly inducted laureates delivering their speeches. And always in the back of my mind there was a single question: when? When are we going to induct a former junior achiever into the Business Hall of Fame? So as you've heard tonight, it's been a very long wait. But a special congratulations to Rosalind and to Blair. You're wonderful examples for us all and wonderful additions to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame. And as Connie said, with Premier Designate Holt, we're ready to welcome our very first former junior achiever to become the next Premier of New Brunswick this coming Saturday. And by way of a friendly heads up to the new Premier, when you sit down at your new desk in your new office on Saturday afternoon, I can guarantee you that the very first meeting request on top of the pile will be from Connie and I to discuss JA programs in our school system. We at JA New Brunswick see a stronger, brighter future for both business in New Brunswick and for our youth. This event tonight will continue to be a celebration of both. Once again, to our laureates, félicitations, congratulations. Each of you is an outstanding example to our junior achievers, and indeed for us all. The JA motto asks, what if kids ran the world? My friends, someday they will. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
It is my pleasure to introduce our third inductee this evening, Bob Owens. Bob is a visionary entrepreneur and strategic thinker, known for his expertise in financial planning and business leadership. Growing up in Moncton and St. John, he earned his business degree from Acadia University. Bob went on to revolutionize the wealth management industry by founding the Owens McFadden Group. He's passionate about mentorship and higher education and loves helping others unlock their full potential. We're excited to have him with us today.
There's a lot of phrases that you hear, whether it's in business or in family life or personal life. And so one is, I'll try. Bob doesn't try, he commits and completes. I'll see what I can do. Bob doesn't see what he can do, he decides what needs done and makes sure it gets done. After all is said and done, there's a lot more said than done. And that's so true of so much in life today. With Bob, after all is said and done, there's a lot less said and a lot more done. My name's Dave McFadgen. I'm Bob's business partner. Bob and I have been business partners for 40 years. As you go through life, it's very difficult to find people that you have absolute confidence in, but Bob is one of mine. Bob and I don't agree on everything all the time, but I've never had any doubts about, one, his integrity. Bob always does the right thing. Number two, his judgment. I don't always understand why he wants to go down the path he does, but I've learned over the years that what I need to do is just give him my full support because he sees something that I don't. And third is his commitment. Once he determines what needs done, he never gives up. And the key thing is that it's not business is the only thing, business is everything. It's success in life, I think, that has been really important to Bob. Success in business is what we're here about today. But that's not what drives Bob, it's success in life. He's been very successful as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather. The success he's created for himself is not at the expense of anybody else. And frankly, what he's done to create success for himself has enabled many other people to be more successful than they would have been without that. So I can't think of anybody better or any better representation of what business should be like than Bob and what he's accomplished. Congratulations, Bob. You earned every bit of this, and you deserve every bit of this.
Mesdames et messieurs, please join me in welcoming Bob Owens to the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame.
Well, first of all, this is past my bedtime, but I'm going to make a big effort. So good evening, and I'd first like to congratulate Keith, Rosalind, Blair on your induction this evening. It's truly an honor and a humbling experience for me to share this evening with you and the other members of the hall. This has just been an amazing night for my family. So thank you, Junior Achievement, and thanks to everybody for coming out this evening. 48 years ago, I had two major events that shaped my life. The first was getting married to the love of my life and my life partner, Carol. I was just graduating from university and starting a career with a life insurance company in a new city. In addition to being beautiful, caring, compassionate, and having a great sense of humor, Carol had two other things that made her special to me in the fall of 1976. She had over $1,000 in the bank and a car. On the other hand, I had a green suit, an Acadia leather jacket, no money, no car, what a catch. I can still remember driving down the highway to live in Moncton in her '73 Toyota Corolla and believing that we had it made. It was so exciting. I've been so fortunate to have a wife who is supportive and encouraged me through the years. It was also comforting to know that our home and family were in great hands. So thank you, Carol. The second critical event happened within days of starting my job. I met Dave McFadgen, who started a year before me at London Life. For the next 48 years, Dave and I have worked together in some form. When I got it into my head that there was a better way to serve our clients, he was all in. We were both successful running the New Brunswick agency for the company, but we had a niche that needed to be scratched. And at 40 years of age, we decided it was now or never. So we quit our secure jobs and started our company. Dave has just been an amazing partner and should be on the stage with me tonight. Dave could build and fix anything. When we needed technology, Dave built it. When we decided to become Atlantic Canada's only independent securities dealer, it was Dave who took us through a grueling 18-month regulatory process in 2006, which to this day, Dave says was my first attempt to kill him. He was MacGyver. Our company would not be where we are without his skill, hard work, and commitment. It is also a unique experience when your business partner of 48 years is also your best friend. So thank you, Dave. I also want to thank my kids for all their support and understanding through the years. Although we tried to maintain some kind of work-life balance, there were many long days and work road trips that caused me to be away from home. I will share one family story. When I decided to quit my job and start our own company, I knew I had to tell the children. I have 3 kids. Jeff was 13, Jonathan was 10, and Natalie was 7. Now, we had a very good life at the time, so Carol and I were somewhat concerned on how the children would react to the news and what would happen to our way of life if we weren't successful. So eventually we decided to tell them one night after dinner. So I said, kids, Daddy is going to start a company with Dave and I'll be leaving my current job. My oldest, who naturally worries about things, looks at me wild-eyed and says, you're quitting your job? How will we live? What about school and vacations? I tried to reassure him that everything would be fine, but I know I really didn't calm his fears. My second son, Jonathan, who is the eternal optimist and very laid back, he says, let me get this straight, Dad. You're going to have your own business? I said, yes. He said, like the Irvings? I said, sort of. He says, we're going to be rich. And then my daughter, the apple of my eye and my biggest fan, said, I have confidence in you, Daddy. I'm also so proud that all 3 kids have gone on to build their own futures in business. So thank you, kids, for all your support. I would also like to thank all of my colleagues at Owens McFadgen Group. You know, we started 30 years ago with 2 small offices in Moncton and St. John and 8 people. Today, we have 4 offices in St. John, Moncton, Halifax, and Toronto, 100 people, and clients all across Canada. I know it hasn't always been easy working with me because I have a tendency to live in the future. And I've heard that I'm a person who is sometimes wrong, but never in doubt. But our success was made possible by the combined efforts of all of our great people. So thank you for your service and your support. I also want to thank our clients, many who are here this evening, for their trust and support through the years. We take our commitments very seriously, and we never take our relationships for granted. And for those of you here this evening that are not clients yet, it's not too late. I also want to thank Bob Uden, a great friend and client, for nominating me for this award. And finally, I would like to thank Junior Achievement for your important contributions to the business communities in New Brunswick. Your work touches all parts of our province and contributes significantly to all of our communities. The fact that you have been here for 40 years and touch over 30,000 youth each year is just an outstanding achievement. And when I meet young people in my company and in business today and have the chance to meet some of the future leaders like my host, Brennan Dexter, I know that our future is in great hands. So thank you, everyone, for a great evening. Thank you very much.
So congratulations on your induction, Bob, and congratulations to all the laureates this evening.
Yes, congratulations to all the inductees. You are a shining reminder of what is possible, and the impact you have is felt province-wide. If I can direct your attention one final time to the screens to hear from our partners and sponsors.
We commend the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame and Junior Achievement New Brunswick for offering this tremendous platform upon which we can recognize the outstanding contributions and achievements of tonight's laureates.
It is quite important to celebrate the inductees tonight, but it is equally important for junior achievers in the room and business people to look up. They're a role model to us, so we have to celebrate that.
If we don't pat ourselves on the back and recognize those people, then we will be missing an opportunity to showcase what we can do.
There's so much success, I think, in New Brunswick, and you don't hear about it often enough.
On a tous besoin de modèles ou de gens à imiter. Mais je crois fondamentalement qu'il n'y a rien de plus inspirant que de voir des gens de notre propre génération connaître du succès. Jeune Entreprise permet justement à des jeunes de connaître du succès, à les développer. Et ça, ici, ce sont des exemples parfaits pour d'autres gens de leur génération de réaliser qu'ils peuvent avoir un impact maintenant dans leur communauté et avoir du succès à long terme.
The 4 inductees tonight are being recognized because of the leadership they show in New Brunswick. They're not only inspiring all of New Brunswickers, but the youth of tomorrow, and giving us all an opportunity to celebrate our success in this province.
On peut s'inspirer pour avoir du succès dans l'avenir. Ce sont des gens qui ont fait de grandes choses, qui ont permis à la communauté, aussi à la province de Nouveau-Brunswick de se développer.
How they've inspired so many people in the room tonight to be better, to do more, and to continue to make New Brunswick a great place to live and to work.
The example they set really is an inspiration to all of us.
On behalf of Opportunities New Brunswick, I'd like to congratulate Blair and Rosalind Hislop, Bob Owens, and Keith McIntosh on being inducted into the Business Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to the nominees. I just think that they're such great role models for the young entrepreneurs coming up, and I'm so pleased to see them honored tonight.
I would just like to extend my congratulations and extend congratulations from the entire team at Plaza.
On behalf of the whole team at Irving Oil, we just want to say congratulations and félicitations to this year's inductees.
Aux lauréats de cette soirée, j'aimerais vous remercier et vous féliciter. C'est un honneur très mérité.
On behalf of Rogers and the entire Rogers Atlantic team, I'd like to congratulate the inductees.
Congratulations, Rosalind and Blair and Bob and Keith. You are fantastic role models for us to follow, and we are proud to be able to be here and celebrate you tonight.
Toutes mes félicitations pour l'honneur bien mérité que vous recevez ce soir. C'est un testament à votre dévouement, à votre travail acharné, et nous sommes fiers d'être ici et célébrer avec vous.
Blair, Rosalind, Keith, and Bob, congratulations on tonight's accomplishment, and thank you for continually showing us all what's possible.
So once again, allow us to take a moment to present and thank our sponsors of the evening. So thank you to our partners, Platinum Partners, Opportunities New Brunswick, presenting partner, the Ginger Agency, event partner, McKennis Cooper, this year's gold sponsors, JD Irving Limited, Irving Oil, Brinklow Feeney, BDC, Metavi Blue Cross, Liberty Utilities, Plaza Retail REIT, and Rogers.
Our silver sponsors, Encore, M5 Marketing Communications, McCain Foods Limited, the University of New Brunswick, Rocket, Delta Fredericton, and Hotspot Parking. And our bronze sponsors, Wilson Insurance, CPA New Brunswick, BDO Canada, Wallace McCain Institute, Groupe Savoie, Assumption Life, PropertyGuys.com, Research NB, St. John Construction Association, WorkSafe NB, Crandall University, Dairy Queen, Jeff Kennedy and Yves Robichaud, Scotiabank, and the New Brunswick Innovation Foundation. Thank you.
Ce fut encore une fois un immense plaisir pour nous de vous accompagner tout au long de cette soirée. Merci à Jeunes Entreprises de nous confier cette responsabilité. We hope that tonight you have been inspired to make a nomination for the 2025 Business Hall of Fame. Look around you, as perhaps the next candidate is sitting in the room. You can submit your nomination now by visiting the Hall of Fame website at halloffame.ca. The Business Hall of Fame seeks diverse candidates who represent New Brunswick, contribute to the greater good in tangible ways, and whose stories and achievements inspire the next generation. Le Panthéon des Affaires recherche des candidats diversifiés qui représentent le Nouveau-Brunswick, contribuent au bien commun de manière tangible et dont les histoires et les réalisations inspirent la prochaine génération. If you know of a New Brunswicker who has made a significant contribution to business in our province, we want to know. Submitting a nomination is easy, and JNB is happy to provide the support you need. Be sure once again to visit the website, janbhalloffame.ca, and submit your nomination now. The closing date for the 2025 nomination is December 31st, 2024.
And now, before we close the evening, we want to invite our 4 newest members of the Junior Achievement New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame to return to the stage to be recognized once again. We all know how support, and we've heard it tonight also several times, but how support from family is important in one's success and capacity to do great things. These are the people who cheer with us when good things are happening and who we can lean on when the going gets tough. So we would like to invite back to the stage for a last round of applause our 2024 inductees. Please welcome again Blair and Roslyn. Keith and Joyce. And Bob and Carol.
Can you say the names? Can you say the names?
Congratulations. You're all so inspiring, and I've appreciated being here tonight, and congratulations.
Yes. Merci et à l'année prochaine.
Thank you so much. So thank you all for joining us this evening and supporting Junior Achievement. Nous vous donnons un nouveau rendez-vous l'an prochain. Thank you. Have a good night.